Hey guys, we're going to talk a little bit more about topic sentences and a little bit about context here as well. Uh, and make sure too, as you get into even this assignment on for the paragraphs for this week, that you check out this handout. This is under literary analysis assistance as well, but I think this gives you a very clear overview of what to expect when you're getting into this the larger picture here, but it also has some just good reminders about how to tackle some specific conventions of literary analysis, especially around this part of the handout. Um, and of course, one of my favorite items about this is analyze, don't summarize. Okay, no reason to really use summary when you're writing, even these paragraphs. The only place that I would suggest I would even see summary, even one sentence would be in the context portion, but we'll come back to the context. But again, avoiding summary is key, and that applies to the rest of the semester. So qualifiers, though, you want to make sure that you're using qualifiers um, fairly regularly, not something you want to pepper in every sentence, but certainly in some of your more assertive claims, some of your main assertions, I should say, throughout the paper, you want to consider using qualification. Uh, it helps you invite your reader into your point of view as opposed to sort of beating them over the head with it. Because you can imagine if you write this is that and your audience doesn't agree with you that this is that, they're less likely to perhaps be persuaded than if you say perhaps this is that or this seems to be that. It's just one of those conventions of academic writing, and I'd like to see you try to start using that regularly, particularly in your formal assignments. So consider that for your topic sentences. You may also want to consider when you get into the analysis portion of your paragraph using some qualifiers to help you with those assertions as well. Now, the context is meant to serve as a bridge from your topic sentence to your support. Your support is always going to be essentially direct quotes that illustrate your topic sentence. Your context is meant to serve as what I call a logical bridge. So if you think about trying to bridge your topic sentence to your support, that's the space for your context. And this can be done in any number of ways. There really isn't a particular way to go about this, but one way is to expand on the key idea in your topic sentence. So for instance, if we look at this handout, which is under your folder as well, they have an example of a topic sentence here. And this is a really good handout. If you haven't spent any time with this, I would highly suggest that you study this. But the example topic sentence they have here, you see some key terms in there. What sticks out to me is the word sympathize, perhaps unfeeling, the word compassion. Those all are related to one another, but those are strong, that's concrete words, and that's what I want to see in your topic sentences. Sometimes I give those to you in a prompt, and you can just basically borrow the language that I provide, but sometimes you have to generate it on your own. But if I see this word compassion and then I go back to the body paragraph handout, I might want to see that particular student expand on that idea to provide a little bit more of a direction on how compassion is being considered in this particular instance. Compassion isn't always the exact same depending on the context. So um, that might be one approach. Another approach is to start setting up the direct quote that you're going to be using in your support. Maybe we need a little bit of context. Maybe you need to set the stage for that quote in order for it to make sense. Remembering, though, that you don't need to use summary beyond perhaps one sentence, because just work with the assumption that your classmates have read all the same material you have when it comes to the literary material in this class. So there's no need to just simply repeat what's going on in a particular story or in the essay or what have you. So take a stab at context. You think in terms of this being about 2 to 3 sentences, but I do want to see you work with that concept for these body paragraphs that you're going to be working on for next week, and frankly for every paragraph from this point forward. Now, just one thing to keep in mind, I'm not expecting to see this particular format for things like discussion boards and even some of the responses in, say, homework assignments. But you'll know. I'll say this is a formal assignment, and that's when I'm going to be looking for this structure here. All right. Keep an eye out for the next one coming soon.